Hi, I'm Justin. Today I'm going to talk about stereotyping. Here's the outline of my presentation. So I will divide it into six parts to describe the stereotyping in our society. The first one is what is stereotyping. Stereotyping is a general view of certain types of people, and it usually negative and preconceived. Also, it prompts to prejudice and discrimination against the minorities. For example, the Black people, because of the prejudice that people have against them due to stereotypes, this group may encounter obstacles that hinder their employment or promotion, and they are more often stopped and searched by the police. So why do people have stereotypes? Underrepresentation of minorities is one of the most important reasons. Minorities rarely appear in movies or game characters, and when they appear, they are usually violent, such as criminals. For example, a research in 2009 by Mitri Williams and colleagues on 150 popular games found that the Black people, mixed race, and Hispanic characters are significantly underrepresented. Here are some effects of stereotyping. Stereotypes affect the self-esteem and sense of belonging of member of the stereotyped group. Also, their lack of consistent and successful role model may aggravate existing social economic deprivation and daily discrimination. Now, I will focus on the reproduction of subpopulation and the burden of representation. The stereotype uh, of minority can lead people to prejudice and discrimination against them. And when minorities and concentrated in society, people's prejudice against them will also be concentrated. In media communities controlled by the white people, the performance of minorities will strengthen their subordinate status. Besides, when minorities participate in mass media, the centralized abundance of the integrated ethnic group will strengthen people's stereotypes about them. So how does media stereotyping perpetuate subordination? Media stereotypes and other forms of discrimination experience may promote people to actively reject the social values and goals of minorities. Also, Hall in 1997 stated that when minorities are humiliated and oppressed for a long time, they are more likely to be forced to develop independent of opposing values, identities, or survive strategies, which also lead to the gradual permanent subordination. The media expression of media stereotypes is like a circle. In this process, it consolidated the cultural gap between different ethnic groups and strengthens hegemonic relations. Now I will talk about the burden of representation. Due to underrepresentation and media stereotyping, the attitude and behaviors of ethnic minorities often risk being seen as representing all skin colors or religious beliefs. Trying to improve the positive image of minorities in media will increase the pressure on writers, while directors and actors ensure that they cover a socially recognized impression. The types of characters and storylines that are visible may be limited, which can be considered as the burden of the representation. However, Hawkinson in 2017 stated that using a positive image does not completely replace the original stereotype. In conclusion, the stereotypes of minorities will need people to prejudice and discrimination against them, which may need them to be marginalized. In a media controlled by the white people, the subordinate status of minorities will be enhanced by their performance. The perpetuation of subordinate status is because minorities tend to fall opposing values and identities after a long period of discrimination. When a minority group appears in a movie, directors and actors need to consider the range accepted by the majority group, which also limited their role types and still storyline. So that's my presentation. Here is my reference list.